Hi, I'm Joanna. I'm an artist. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Cool. What else am I? Oh yeah, I like to dabble in lots of different mediums. I'm what did I say? Oh, I'm a jewelry designer, a mural artist, a painter, an occasional DJ, and a lover of video. I want to apologize right now if I make any shameless plugs or any pixelated video. We have some compatible issues. Let's begin. So, what would Charlie do? Charlie is, when I think of the first moving pictures, I think of Charlie Chaplin. Cinema took off in 1914, and the equipment used then was very heavy and expensive. You needed a crew to produce any footage, and I've always dreamed of making films. Oh, it's moving fast, okay. So I went to Art Basel in Miami, and it takes place in Miami, Switzerland, and Hong Kong, and I used to go every year when I went to uni in Miami. And I was always in awe of all the diverse arts that were put in one place. And it's 267 leading international galleries from 32 countries were present, Picasso's, Monet's, to modern contemporary art, to performance art. When I went last year in December, I was ready to be rejuvenated and soak in all the inspiration. I traveled down the endless paths or make me stop in my tracks. I do love the classics, a good Chagall, but I also enjoy to see works with a direct political message and bright neon lights. So the top photo is Scope, one of the galleries I went to. I've thoroughly enjoyed this virtual reality piece in there, where you felt like you stepped into the artwork. And then it happened. I stopped and I watched this jackal staring at me. The motion of its head, the eerie white eyes made me curious. I found out the artist was Mikhail Rovnan. It was an Israeli artist who felt that the world was in a state of fear from all refugees on the move. Oh, so as you got closer, you can see these sort of like hieroglyphics. They're actually people waving up and down. You can't tell the identity of them. And she used the jackal because it was used in Egypt, ancient Egypt hieroglyphs. And she's trying to say with this piece that you can't control the jackal. Oh, wow. And, but it looks with the humanity right now as humans try to get his attention. So here we go. Let's start with the history of video art. This is a Sony, oh, damn it, Sony, sorry. A Sony protopack was introduced, and the recording system did not need a crew. It was used by a single person. These two artists here were the starting off video art. They were part of the happening Fluxix movement, a community of artists. And here we have the female artists who were the pioneers of video art. They expressed their feminist views, and they were using video art to showcase how they felt, and used a great influence. Okay, video art, or the art of video. So here it gets blurry. I use video a lot recently in what I do. I think that as a working artist, I am not a starving artist. I use video art. And here's an example of taking footage of an event I was doing, DJing. And this is Tara doing some fire spinning. And I think it's just really beautiful. And yes, it was advertising the event I was doing. And then this is me painting a mural down Old Cellar Lane. It's a boomerang. I hope you guys like boomerangs. Instagram is definitely a platform for video art, and I really I understand it. It's one platform that I think is really important in video art. So video over the past few years has gained a popularity as the digital community has grown. Producing video has become very accessible. I knew there was a correlation when I saw the Mikhail Rovner piece to how video pulls you as a viewer to know I could translate my wearable art to a larger audience. Here's the first piece that I did with Tristan Kermode. And it's just, you will see the final product in the next couple slides. But yeah, here he is using his, oh, and here's a drone, which I think is a really incredible new device. It looks kind of creepy, but it's such a incredible, because I think as we feel like we're birds when you see the aerial view of how the drone can take those great shots. So I'm definitely, I'm for the drone. And so here's the final piece of the video that we did. This is shot at Southlands. There's my jewelry. That's a shameless plug. And this is actually a video that we did very recently. I wish there was sound, because there's this really good music that goes with it as well that just gives you the mood and the vibe that I was going with for this video. This again was shot by Tristan Kermode. So I actually found actual numbers about how important video is as a, ooh. as a video content marketing. Okay. And 90% of purchase intent is for viewers, and brand association by 139%. So I put this slide up because I hope you are listening to me as I sweat up here, and that you all are inspired to now go create your own video, all the little Charlie Chaplins out there, and create. Because yeah, what are we here for? Is that it?
Thank you, Jojo. All right, any questions for Joanna? Yes, here.
I have one. That was fascinating when I finally got what you're saying.
Did you get all of that? Because
I did. No, you did fantastic. I just had a question about when I saw some of the videos, it looked like things that we have seen, whether it's in commercials, but how far do you believe this should go, and what would you call the video commercials that have music, that have, you know, models moving, but, you know, there has been maybe some form of video art, or is there something more distinct about this that you're talking about in 2019? Is there something different here?
Well, I think video art used in the past was more stronger, it's abstract way of showcasing something, and but I feel like as a working artist, because I don't want to be a starving artist, I feel like using video, and yes, it is commercial, but it has a way of storytelling and giving off my brand and what I want to do as I'm trying to showcase this wearable art that I feel very strongly about. So I think that's how I translate and make it art.
Good evening. I just wanted to ask, what do you find are the challenges of video art in terms of it being like an acceptable art form? Obviously it's shifting more recently, but compared to like traditional mediums, like perception in the art world or in sort of wider context.
Yeah, I mean, video art is definitely a genre, and many art critiques probably will look at my presentations that is not video art. I think it's about the audience. If you embrace it and you engage with it, and it's a moving picture, I think it's video art. Yes, there's some challenges, but it's right in your face, and especially with internet and all these platforms. You can't not like hide from it. It's there. We can't hide from this digital world we're living in. So yeah, I think I can't wait what else is going to happen with it.
Where? Oh, put your hand up, I can't see you. Oh.
How do you think video artwork has transformed over time? I would say in the past that things like film, like long-form film, has been a sort of a form of video art, whereas now we're looking at much more sort of shorter, concrete things. How would you look at that sort of adjustment over time, and what is the definition of video art to you now?
Well, I think our attention spans are getting a lot shorter. I mean, I'm like a borderline millennial, so I still feel like I have some attention span, but I feel like the younger generations are getting less and less able to like hold them. So I think that's why short films and videos are so much more impactful, because you really you only have like maybe 15 seconds to get someone's attention and hold them. So that's why I think it works. It's working. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Joanna.